Hey everyone, I'm Matt.
And I'm Simon.
Welcome to another episode of the Shenanigans Podcast. How are we doing, Simon?
Not too bad. It's been a rather relaxed weekend, I think, for me. How about you?
Yeah, very relaxed. Did some nice working out. It's very beautiful over here. Today it's 80 degrees. How about over there in London?
I don't know about that. I don't even know, dude. Like, hang on. So it's been a bit odd this week. So like recently we've had a fair amount of sun, but in the last few days there's been like it's just been going between sun and like splashes of rain. At the moment it's like it's about 12 degrees Celsius. So it's like it's gone back to pretty much what is usual. I think because it's like what we would call it April showers. So when like it's usually during the month of April, you get a bit of rain.
April showers bring May flowers.
I did not even know that was a thing, but all right.
Oh yeah, we say that in America.
But it's obviously a bit delayed, I think. But yeah, it's not too bad. I have not done much exercise this weekend, which I feel bad for, but I will get into it next week.
Yeah, I've been. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I've been struggling a little bit. Just because I'm in the final weeks of my two classes going on, and just sometimes, like if it's just raining out and dreary, I just feel a certain way, and I'm like, I don't feel like fucking doing anything.
I know exactly what you mean. Like I can be like when I wake up, I can be like, right, yeah, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna do some exercise today because it's nice out. It looks alright. Mm-hmm. And then when the time comes for me to go out and if it's for a run, like. I don't mind running in the rain. I actually quite like it, especially if it's like really hot out.
Yeah.
And it cools it down. Then I don't mind. But despite the fact that I'm currently inside and I'm doing exercise and I have no real reason to not do it, even if it's raining, because I'm inside. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, ugh.
Oh no!
I would need some caffeine or something to like get me going.
And I totally agree with you. And it's not even just like that. Sometimes we'll just be talking, and you'll get to the time where I want to work out, and I'm like, I don't really want to stop this conversation. I'm having a good conversation. I'm like, fuck, I ain't working out today. I'll push it. I hate it.
There's also like if it depends on how I've slept, depends on what work I've done, like if I've contributed anything towards my university assignments, which are due next week.
Yeah.
They're like the end of next week. And like whether I've done any stuff for our channels respectively.
Yeah, and
there's a lot to consider.
Oh, there's definitely a lot to consider. Ever started doing this, we've been very busy, which I like. I don't get me wrong, I do like, because it doesn't seem like busy work to me. We're playing a game and then we're going. I think it's a little bit difficult for me. I'm starting to not like it as much as I liked when it first got into, because I'm just like. Because I'm working the program and I'm like, shit, I just deleted that move. But I think I'm getting the settings right where it won't do the things that's bothering me.
I'm getting the hang of it. Like there are some times when like there's a piece of footage which I know will require a lot of editing, and I'll start it, I'll mess something up when I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and it therefore means I have to go back and change everything. And I'm like, nope, I'm not even going to save this. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to exit it out and deal with this another time, because that's like one of the things about the stuff that we've now decided to do. Like you said, I like doing this because it keeps me busy. I'd rather be doing this than doing nothing. But like a lot of people have said it as well. YouTube is technically it's a full-time job. Like we're doing this. I'm doing this sort of 24/7. I'm constantly thinking of things to do. Yeah. I'm sure you have the same. You have the same stuff.
And same. And I think what people don't realize is the different levels of severity on what kind of video it is, what game it is. Each game has its own quirks, how you're going to edit it. Like Dead Space is fairly, I'll use an example, it's a fairly easy game to edit because we're always right next to each other. So the audio is really going to be the same, so you don't really have to cut any of the audio stuff. But a game like...
The video is fairly similar.
Yeah, exactly. Well. So really you're just switching between characters. But a game like... we just came out with our Gen Z video, Generation Zero. That game, we can be across the map and hearing completely different things, seeing different things. and that takes a little bit more because you're cutting it, and
you got to find the right times to cut it, and then it's sort of, you know, trying to do all of that, trying to upload at least a minimum of once a week. More, you know, I'm trying to do it sort of at least once a day, if not once every other day, and trying to come up with new content. And it's, you know, it's not easy. I mean, plus, like, we're not experts in this. We are learning these skills as we go along, and they're great skills to learn. I really love doing it. But yeah, it can take its toll, even from, you know, sitting at a desk, which is why I love doing my exercise, because it gives me a chance to just like not have to do any of that. Because otherwise, considering the current environment, I am just going to be sat at my desk all day, because I live in the city and I don't particularly want to go walking around when there's tons of other people doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I don't really want to, and that's why I like this, because it's keeping me busy, and not that I don't like going outside. I'm not sheltered, but I just, with everything going on, I try to keep my minimal contact out to the outside world. Like, we got our on Friday, we actually tried out, me and my wife, we got our groceries delivered.
Oh, okay.
So we ordered everything online, picked out what we wanted, and they just dropped them off right at our front doorstep. No interaction whatsoever.
Yeah. See, like, my brother has that done now, because obviously his wife, my sister-in-law, is pregnant, so they need to minimize any risk to her as possible, which is, you know. And it like, there is the argument that it's so much easier because you don't have to go and deal with any of that.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to deal with lines. You don't have to deal with...
Exactly. Yeah. But like, what he's been telling me, that a lot of people, because again, due to people being stuck at home, people are using that service a lot more, and so it's really difficult to get a slot.
Yeah.
So for them to come and deliver to you.
But
so there have been times where they've been forced to go out and go shopping, which isn't good for Emma. But yeah.
But on the other hand of that, for the people that work for that service, like, it's Instacart in America, and I know a couple friends that signed up because they didn't really have a whole lot of, they needed extra income, and they've been making shit tons of money. So I'm like, hey, good for, same thing with like, and you just had food delivered, so I'm gonna use that too. Like, food deliveries, those guys are making a lot of money too, because it's all third-party services nowadays. It's not very few. Will you see a chain or a restaurant have its own delivery service?
That's very true, but having worked for Deliveroo, which is the people that I utilize, I've worked for them, and if I know anything about them, which I do, the drivers and the riders, the delivery people, they get basically nothing out of this. Like, the majority of it all goes towards the company, because the way it works is, it's done right. It used to be done on an hourly thing, so you'd be on an hourly rate. Even if you didn't get any deliveries, you'd still get paid.
Yeah.
But now it's done per delivery, so the more deliveries you get, the more you get paid, and you get paid like a percentage of like how long it takes you, how much the original order was, and so on and so forth. So like, there would be some times when I was working for them where I'd do a delivery, it would take me, you know, the delivery would be miles out. I would get there in good order, in swift order, because I was cycling, but the delivery would be really small, so I would get basically nothing from it. And that would take, like, you could only book in hour slots for your ride, so you spend the majority of that hour cycling to do one job, and you get nothing from it. So like, it's one of those things that they say, like, oh yeah, these people will get loads from this, and realistically they don't, and I feel really bad for them.
Yeah.
Which is why I try and tip them as much as I can, because, you know, I hate to be using these services because I should be cooking for myself, but it's a weekend and I feel like being lazy.
And I totally agree with you. I try to tip them
yeah,
a fairly reasonable amount. I just hate tipping. I don't hate tipping, but I hate how everything goes into, like, when you order something off of one of these delivery apps.
Yeah.
You'll see all these charges. You'll see delivery fee, service fee.
Yeah.
Bullshit, tip. It's like, it's already added another $50. What? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. So the thing I know is that with Deliveroo, the tip does actually go to the driver or the rider, sorry, because I've been in that job, and it makes the world of difference for these people because it makes their evening or their day, it makes it worth it for them.
Oh yeah.
So like massive clap to those guys, and obviously to people like the NHS, the health workers as well, because they're doing so much. Speaking of which, I know again you're in the States, so this is slightly less relevant to you, but Boris Johnson, the PM, has got a newborn son. So which is in this current climate is something that's certainly a new challenge. And one thing that I've seen is that a lot of new dads, new fathers, have been sending him like messages, sending him advice on how to raise a kid and how to take care of a kid in quarantine, which if I was in his position, I would be sitting there thinking like, thank God, because not only does this guy have to run a country, he's also got to take care of this kid. But congratulations to them, and for this kid to be born during such a time. Like, I already feel sorry for him.
I definitely get what you mean. Is this his first kid?
Yeah. It is, so far as I know, yes, I believe it is his first kid. I mean, I know he's been married before, but yes, yeah. Oh wait, no, hang on, sorry. It says he's. I'm on his Wikipedia. It says he's got at least 6 kids.
Jesus Christ, mate! What is going on? That's
what?
I know you don't like the term, but that's a baby boomer for you.
It says Johnson has not disclosed how many children he has, but his son Wilfred Laurie Nicholas Johnson was born on the 29th of April 2020, and that's the only one that has been publicly announced, I suppose. So at any rate, considering he's just recovered from coronavirus, congratulations to him.
Definitely congratulations to him.
It's interesting. I love the fact that people are coming together and like sending him advice on what to do during this, because it's new dads, say like new young fathers sending him advice as well, stuff like, what do I do?
How do I
I take care of this?
To be honest, he's got a lot of support with him being the PM.
True, but there's only so much support people can give. There's plenty of support people can give with the PM, and plenty of support people can give with
probably got a nanny for the kid already.
Probably, but I doubt his wife. Well, they're not exactly going anywhere.
No, they're definitely not going anywhere.
No.
Well, I don't know. Do you think? I know we don't really, and it's not really political, but do you think?
No.
Politicians still got to meet, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that they have meetings using things like Skype and Zoom, although I would never want to use Zoom personally.
I think Boris Johnson's not wearing any pants.
I saw, actually no, speaking of that, I saw an ad. My mum sent me this video for an ad. It was clearly like a joke ad for like this suit that you can quickly clip on if you suddenly get like a Skype call or something, and basically it's literally just the front of a suit. So if you're sat down, you have to be sat down, so it's the upper half and the front of a suit. You clip it on around your neck and it looks as though you're wearing one, but like if you were to turn around, it's like there's no back to it.
Yeah.
It was great because it's like, oh, you can still have a cup of tea with your favorite liquor inside, and this guy just pours vodka into the tea.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I've been seeing so many videos on YouTube, Instagram. It's just like they'll get up and they'll be like, Jerry, you're not wearing any pants. It's like, oh shit! It's like, come on.
I'm quite glad I didn't have to do any of that, and that was one thing that actually that I wanted to talk about, because obviously we're both students.
Yep.
Currently. And like, for example, when all this happened, when the lockdown happened, I had 2 weeks of lectures for my master's degree left before the sort of the Easter break, as it were. And for me, those lectures were just uploaded. They uploaded the slides to our portal, and they said, right, here are the slides, here are the notes. If you have any questions, post them on the forum. Like, we didn't have a Zoom meeting. or anything like that. But I don't know if that's because of like the size of our class or
I think it's
like just
because
of lectures. I don't know.
So me and my family had a conversation about this on Zoom last night. I think it's because these schools. So I like you said, I am a uni student as well, but I go to an online school. Well, it's not fully online.
Okay.
But
so it's like distance learning.
A majority of military go to this school so they know how to do distance learning. So every week, I get the lecture videos, and there's classroom hours where we can go talk to our teacher if we want to. But so I'll get a video every week to my 2 classes that I can watch of the whole lecture, and I can take notes during it. So I'm already prepared for that because I already have it. But talking with my family yesterday, big schools like Harvard, Yale, a lot of these people aren't prepared for it because it's like, what am I paying $200,000 a year for if I'm not getting these professors, these lectures that I paid for? Onto your point, know what I mean? So I don't think a lot of these schools are faring well transitioning from, especially if you weren't at all prepared for it. And coronavirus happened pretty sudden.
I mean, it's certainly a shock in terms of like people need to, like you say, they need to transition into a method of delivery that isn't really something that they're entirely used to.
Yeah.
As in delivering it entirely online. Entirely online. Sorry. One of the glorious things about when I was having lectures is that yes, we had the lecturer there, we had the lecture slides, but the great thing was having the lecturer there to talk through some of the stuff. So, for example, like one of my lectures, was on neuroanatomy. So, looking at how the brain is organized, and it's great having slides detailing pictures of the brain, how the neuroanatomy is done, the structure of the brain, and all about sort of neurons and everything like that. That's great, and I know I can Google all of that stuff. But having somebody there to talk you through it and to answer questions directly, rather than doing sort of like a Q&A. Because I know that, for example, one of my assignments, I asked a question because I didn't understand it. I posted it on a forum, and I asked the lecturer directly, and I effectively got the exact same question back that I had asked. Like it didn't expand on my question at all. Whereas if I'd done that in person, I could have, they probably would have explained it a little bit better.
And I definitely get what you mean. It is harder to.
Yeah. It is harder. Yeah.
It's harder to. And I know I have a horrible time with it, is getting my words out in like an email or something. I would much rather talk to this person, to said person in person, and I can communicate. I communicate a lot better in person with words more than I do over email. So I totally get what you're saying. Because in an email, they might, and with email and stuff like that, you can't ask follow-on questions right away.
There's always I think that's the thing, there's always going to be a delay, and whether that delay be 20 minutes or 12 hours, there is going to be a delay depending on what time you send the email.
And I think it's going to be a challenge for a while for all these school students and teachers moving to these platforms, and everybody getting adjusted to it. Especially, again, not even just these lectures, but moving everything digital. Like I said, I'm online school. Everything's already digital. All the homework assignments, everything's already set up to be digital.
Yeah.
And I know most universities are already like, you don't turn in paper assignments anymore. Most.
We don't do that
because they want to turn it in to a third-party Turnitin service. It's called, I don't know if you
we have Turnitin.
Okay. So it's a third-party verification service that just verifies for plagiarism.
Because that's the same thing. Like even in my undergrad, which started in 2014, I graduated in 2018. Like, so my dissertation was the first year that they were using wholly digital hand-ins for dissertations. Like the previous year had to do a paper copy and a digital copy, which I thought was nuts because they were making people pay for printing to print out,
dissertations like 500 word or 500 pages, something like that.
Mine was 30 odd pages, I think.
Oh, 30. I thought dissertations were.
So it's no. So dissertations are usually 10,000 words. An undergraduate dissertation is usually 10,000 words. My master's dissertation is 12 to 15,000. So depending on, obviously, your formatting, like that's why they use words instead of pages, because it depends on your formatting and how you structure it.
What am I thinking of? That's 500. Oh, maybe a PhD.
PhD thesis, probably.
Thesis, because you pretty much have to write a whole book.
They're like 30 to 60,000 words. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing
because it ends up becoming like a report at that point in a book.
It is effectively, because you need to prove that you can do it effectively.
Yeah, you choose something that you can evaluate and do and have
in detail
in research analysis and support and evidence.
Yeah,
to support what you're
wholeheartedly original.
Yeah, which is, I'm sure, is even coming up with a thesis topic is fucking hard.
It's hard. Dude, coming up with a master's dissertation is hard. Like, this is a subject, linguistics is a subject that I've very little training in, despite being a linguist. And, like, coming up with my master's dissertation is difficult.
Oh,
I'm struggling.
I don't even think I'm going to get there. I think I'm just going to finish my bachelor's degree and be fucking done with it.
Yeah.
Because I never liked school. I get it. I do understand you need school to succeed in life nowadays. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it, 1, because it's free. 2, because I know I need it. It will help me succeed further in life than if I didn't have it. Like, if I was going to do... No, even if I was going to do 20 plus years, I still would have got a bachelor's degree. Well, I meant active duty. If I was going to do...
I know what you mean.
Sorry,
the thing is, like, I agree with you. I didn't particularly enjoy school, but I love university. Like, this is where I found, especially with applied linguistics, this is something that I found that I wholeheartedly enjoy and that I can seriously devote my entire life to if I so chose. But that's I will see how that goes after if I get awarded my masters. So we'll have to see how that goes. And
I think I agree with you there. I do like college better than I like high school, middle school, because it's not that it's not mandatory, but it's most of the people
you choose what you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the people, you choose a path that you want to go to. You don't. Yeah. It's not first grade. You're learning this. Why am I learning this? This is bullshit. Like math.
Because
math is one of the... I hate math. I don't like math.
So do I.
I don't get it. I don't get... Like, I get 2 plus 2. But I don't get... What's this
3.
parabola of 4x minus 5, y plus b? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Why do I need to know theoretical math? I'm not I'm not going to be a mathematician. I'm not going to be a scientist. I don't need to know theoretical math.
But you say that. Actually, I'm going to inject 2 points here. You say that you're not going to be a scientist. 1, we both are massively involved in a video game which is heavily based on science.
It's different.
Star Citizen, I know it's different, but we're still interested in, like, you can't say you're not interested in how gravity and, planets and all that kind of shit works. And 2, and this is from a personal point of view, like, I don't like maths, but I like science because I'm studying the human brain and how languages work. I never thought I would, to be honest. I never thought, because I got a C in GCSE biology, and I then decided to take an A level in physics, and I got a U. So that clearly shows that I'm not suited to physics, but I'm somewhat suited to biology, I suppose. Because I like prodding brains, but it's like when the stuff that you like as a child, then as a teenager, and then as an adult is completely different.
I love space. I love space. I love
I love space. So do I.
Watching like Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of my heroes.
I love watching it. I mean, space is terrifying. When I see some of those videos, and I'm like, they are so calmly talking about like the inevitable heat death of the universe. It's like, yeah, we're all going to be crushed and we're all going to die and the sun's going to explode. And I'm like, how are you so calm about this? I'm like, I get it. It's millions of years in our future where we're all dead and gone, but still, like, it's fucking terrifying.
It is. I love space. I love Stephen Hawking. I love all that stuff. Do I love the math behind it? No, I don't care about the math behind it because it's not my job. So the most math I ever loved was statistics because statistics was a gray area. You could prove it either way with evidence. Statistics was more writing than math. It was like, hey,
we never really got into it.
Know what I mean? I took AP, so in my last year of high school.
What's AP?
College level. So in high school for Americans, you can take AP. I don't think it's the highest.
Wait,
I think
so you can take a university level subject at high school.
Yes, but you have to pass a test to get college credit for it at the end.
That's so not fair.
So,
like, okay, I had to. Sorry, but to do my undergraduate degree in my which was my undergraduate degree, which was German, I had to pass my A levels, which were the final exams that we had to do at the age of 17, 18, and then I had to apply during this time, actually, before I'd even done my exams, apply to the universities and either get accepted or get a conditional offer. So if they say, right, if you get an A or a B, then you can come to university. We don't get to do any of this stuff like, oh, yeah, you can come and do this if you pass a test. That's bullshit.
So AP, which is advanced placement, they have a shit ton of subjects. Just to sum off, I'm at the AP website right now. Calculus, European history, Italian language, micro macroeconomics, shit like that. A lot of different. So you learn the curriculum, which is college level curriculum, and then you take the exam. And
ridiculous.
you have to score a certain score, and you'll get college credit for it. So when you go to college, I passed this exam. I don't need to take that class because I already did it. So senior year, I took AP Stats and AP Physics. Fucking hey, man, physics is the death of me.
Well, speaking of sciencey, well, sort of sciencey stuff, and relating back to an earlier thing that we mentioned, Star Citizen 3.9 has gone live, which is really cool because it's gone live and everybody can access it, and it's Star Citizen, so.
Nice transition. Yeah. I like that.
Nice transition. Nice transition.
3.9, I played it. I think I played it for an all of 5 minutes, and then I got 30K'd, and I was like, I'm not playing this anymore, Jeremy. And he's like, I understand.
We've been testing it. We had been testing it extensively.
Yeah. So 3.9 PTU was.
Well, the PTU is which is the public test universe, which we mentioned in a previous episode. So like the way that, and this is all relating to Star Citizen again, the way that like they release their patches, the way it works is so like if they're starting to release a patch, say 3.9 as an example, it'll go to either Carty, which is the very 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 first wave of testers, like the guys who put the most time and probably money into the game. And then it'll go to wave 1, which is myself, Matt, and a number of other people that again put a lot of time and money into the game. Then to wave 2, which is normally basically everybody, then open PTU, and then it goes to live, which means it is available to absolutely everybody. So like it's recently gone to live so that even if you weren't part of the testing phase, you can now access it. And it's one of those things, and I think I do agree with you in the fact that like because I played so much of 3.9 in the PTU, it's gone to live and I'm like, yeah, it's great. But I go into it now, and again, due to the current situation, there are so many bugs, which again, we're there to report bugs. That's kind of the point. We're there to help them in this process. But it's gotten to the point where like something will happen and it'll just put me off for a few days. But I wanted to mention it anyway because it's gone live. You can access it now, and it is, it's great. It's really cool. There's a prison. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. It's great. It's fun.
And I totally agree with you. It is a great game. I do get really angry with it sometimes because I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just playing a normal game versus Star Citizen it takes patience. Star Citizen takes patience.
Oh,
and the only reason I play it right now is because of the people I play it with. It's definitely, if I was alone, I'd be like, I don't touch it when I'm alone because I'm like, there's nothing really that interests me. Not that you can't play it alone. You can do shipping, make money, but I'm like, I don't really care about that. I want to do stuff with people. With that, if you do want to try it out, I don't know exactly. Simon, you might know. I know Board Gamer came out with a video. May is going to have a free flight.
Yes, I think it's any time from. They said free fly weekend, or I don't know if they're incorporating a free fly weekend into flight week or fleet week. Sorry.
Yeah.
But at some point during May, maybe next week, maybe the weekend after, who knows? Star Citizen will be free to try, and you can download it, test it out. There'll be several ships for you to test. You can get in game, get in with everybody else. There are very few restrictions for free flight testers. You don't have to buy anything.
No, you just literally download the game, get a ship. I don't know if they give you a ship. They might.
They do. They give you. There's a number of ships. It's normally things like the Aurora, a Titan, a Cutlass, and a couple of others that you can test, like some of the starter level ships. Normally, it may be a freelancer as well. Who knows?
So for all of you that want to play it for free,
yeah.
And we'll post it on our Twitter when the free fly is going to happen, when we get more details. I just looked on Board Gamer's video. He, in his last video, which was yesterday, he didn't have a date. So I don't know if there's a date for May yet. We'll see in the next coming week.
I know that they've set they say Fleet Week. It's more like Fleet Fortnight because they've set like a massive window for it. But in terms of the free flight event, I'm guessing it will come like smack bang in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Did you? I don't know if you said it already. For all Star Citizen fans that listen to this, CitizenCon has been officially canceled.
Oh, sad times.
It was in LA this year. Last year it was in Manchester, United Kingdom.
Yep.
I don't know where it was in. The year before that, it was in Germany.
So it was Germany, yeah.
Yep.
God, I would have gone to that.
I would have gone to the LA one.
Well, I wouldn't have because I can't afford it.
Well,
I couldn't afford to go to Manchester at any rate. So, oh well.
So they did say they're going to have a digital event. Probably something like last year. I hope the Star Citizen Expo was pretty fucking cool. Hope we get the Jeremy Clarkson looking fellow back.
Yeah, but the one thing that they did make quite clear was that the digital event that they're going to do this year, it's not like a digital CitizenCon. They unequivocally stated that it's not that. So what they're going to do, I really don't know. But it should still be. I think that they may be trying to like pepper the rest of the year with smaller digital events and maybe like a concept sale and things like that heading towards sort of the end of the year. But I mean, speaking of, other games that are coming out, I saw a trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What did you think of that, Matt?
Valhalla? Let's go to Valhalla. I'm all about Vikings. I'm all about all this shit. I don't necessarily like where they're going with the games. I didn't really like Odyssey. I didn't really like Origins because it didn't really feel... To me, it didn't feel like a Assassin's Creed game because there was weird stats and you were fighting enemies differently. It wasn't...
It's not like the classic games.
Exactly. It's not like Assassin's Creed 2 where your SEO's a crack baby and you're like, okay, dodge, boom, you're done, counter.
Yeah.
It's not like that. You have different... Fighting's all weird. So I'm worried the fighting's going to be the same. It probably is because they're moving toward that different model. I'll probably end up still playing it just for the storyline.
I will play it because of the time that it is set, because it's the Viking invasion of Saxon England, and I'm like, yes, give me this, despite the fact that they're portraying the English as horrible people, which, to be fair, throughout history, you know, we've been the horrible people, so I get that.
Pretty horrible people, colonized the whole earth.
Hang on, colonizing, yes, but we're not all horrible people.
Sent prisoners to create a country in Australia.
One thing I did want to highlight is that, like, especially with Assassin's Creed, is that they've done what, like 9 games now, and we were talking about this earlier.
Hang on.
But they're like the structure and the story for the games is always the same. It's always, oh, I'm an assassin. I'm a part of this small faction. We're going up against the Templars, and you can always tell. So, like I said, in Syndicate, you're a band of crooks, basically. You're a band of peasants going up against the nobility, which is, oh, surprise, surprise, it's the Templars. Like, what do you expect? It's the same. It was the same in Unity. You know, you're a band of peasants. It's during the French Revolution. Who are the people behind it? Oh, surprise, surprise, it's the Templars. Like, it's really predictable, and it's the same with Vikings. You know, the less technologically advanced versus the more technologically advanced. And, oh, great, we find a way, we kill them, and we win. Like, it's the same old thing. And I know that Vikings aren't known for their subtlety, so how the fuck they become assassins, I've got no idea. But
their main Assassin's Creed games, there's 11 of them.
Oh my god. See, you see what I mean? And that's the main ones. That's not even including any of the offshoots.
Yeah. I mean, so I definitely understand you, the Templars, but that's the whole story behind it. Is the Templars?
I know, but they could find other ways. I'm sure it's difficult to flesh out an entire story that stretches over numerous hours of gameplay,
numerous timelines.
And numerous timelines, yes, but the glory of using numerous timelines is that you use periods of history to your advantage. I'm sure I know that they have done that using the Medici family during during 2 and 3.
Yeah, they use and Revelations a little bit. No, sorry, that was 2 and less so. That was 2 in Brotherhood because 3 was America.
3 was American Revolution. Again, American Revolution. Unity using the French Revolution, Syndicate using the Industrial Revolution. You know, using all these periods of history is great, but they need to format it better because it looks as though they're basically copy and pasting one format onto the next game and just applying the history to the format as opposed to finding other ways of doing it.
But on that point, that's we're seeing that a lot now. Call of Duty Remastered, MW2 Remastered just came out on the 30th. We're seeing a lot of developers remaster old games. I don't know if it's to make a quick buck. I don't know if it's because that's what the fans want. But
people have been shouting for Modern Warfare 2 for remastered for ages, and I'm not going to deny it's a good game. But they clearly, with all the games that were originally good, they see and they think, right, we can make more money off this. It's a cash cow for them.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I played it. I'm up to... It's only the campaign. Hopefully they add MW... Well, they did add a couple MW2 maps to Rust. I'm trying to think. I know Backlots.
Shipment was Modern Warfare. Well, it was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Shipment, Backlot.
Backlot was first Modern Warfare.
No, I was saying
4.
I was going on Modern Warfare 1. Shipment,
right.
Backlot. That downed helicopter map. I've heard what map that is.
That's first Modern Warfare. That's Crash.
Yeah, that's Crash. So they added like 3 or 4 first Modern Warfare, and it seems like Rust is the only Modern Warfare 2 map. Hopefully they add more. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that.
Yeah,
but
I know that they incorporated loads of them into the Warzone. So
I'd like to.
I know that the air terminal was incorporated into Warzone.
Oh, dude, I'd love to play Terminal again. Oh,
that was a good map.
But I will say they did a fine job with MW2 Remastered. Graphics look good. It seems like they might have added some new animations, new scenes here and there. Playing through it.
I remember them doing. Yeah, I remember them doing that with Modern Warfare Remastered, the first one. So I'm sure that they would do it with this one.
It's seeing Soap McTavish all remastered looks pretty fucking great. I like it. Seeing it's an ode to joy. I didn't necessarily, and I get it. It's a completely different timeline in the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But hearing the old Captain Price just brings it back for me.
Does it use the original voice actors?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All original voice actors.
Cool. Okay. No, I like that. I mean, the new guy did good. Yeah.
No, he did good, but I didn't know.
Oh no, Craig Fairbrass was Soap and Gaz, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. He's no. In that, there's another thing is with Ghost, it's the same. Like, it's just an ode to joy to that, because I'm just like, I know Ghost. It's the same voice actor.
Ghosts, I would not want to go anywhere near the new Ghost in real life. That guy sounds like he would legitimately just murder me on the spot for looking at him wrong.
Oh,
I'm just like, why does he sound so scary? I don't like this.
No, I definitely agree with you. The new Ghost does, but I miss the old Gaz. Just that.
Oh yeah.
Iconic Gaz Ghost. You just.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just that thing, and I love the parallel between them, because a lot of people were like, "Well, Ghost
is one, the other one.
Ghost is Gaz. He just got shot in the face by Zakhaev. Doesn't mean he's not dead. Doesn't mean he's dead.
No, he did.
Got shot in the face with a Desert Eagle. I don't know.
Considering they changed it so they're different characters. I think they did that in the new Modern Warfare to like alleviate those
rumors,
speculations.
Yeah.
It
is a completely different timeline.
True, I suppose it's got links, but like speaking of speculations, this is going slightly off on a tangent. Another game had been leaked recently, the Last of Us 2, which has been it's been anticipated for a long time. Like, I liked the original game. I played a little bit of it. I don't think I ever played it fully, but it got leaked basically to various platforms. So people were doing videos of it on things like YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. But the publisher, Naughty Dog, has like really recently, like within the last week, has been swooping in and like copyright striking all of these videos. Which for the ones that were actually using the leaks, that's entirely fair, because that's information that they didn't want released. I mean, it got leaked, so that's kind of their own fault. But there was one or two videos that got copyright striked, and they weren't even using leaked footage or leaked information. They were just talking about the game within the same realm of it being released around the same time. These videos, being uploaded around the same time, and they got copyright striked and copyright claimed by YouTube, like from Naughty Dog. And I thought that was a bit shady and a bit stupid, because it's just them sort of utilizing the striking system to their own advantage and just taking down absolutely everything related to it.
And I definitely agree with you. It's not. I get it, you don't want leaks to get out, but it's not the YouTuber's fault that the leaks got out. We're just digital reporters reporting on what people want to see, Last of Us 2, it got delayed because of coronavirus. We don't know what's going on with it. So someone reports on it. We want to watch it.
Exactly. Like how the leaks happen is an entirely separate issue. Like whether they happen legally or through pure accident.
And to be honest with you, thing. I would feel if I was Naughty Dog, the leaks would give me a benefit because then people are reporting on it. Then your game is getting even more hyped because it's getting leaked.
Exactly. But I mean, I haven't seen the leaks. I don't know what they're reporting on within these leaks and sort of what the videos were about. Because it depends entirely on like how much content for the game that you want leaked, because obviously you want to build some measure of suspense, and that's what they do with trailers and teasers and all that sort of stuff. But the more content you leak, the less interesting it will be in the final release.
Yeah,
which I know that for a fact, because I've seen some games where they released so much information and it got leaked so much that when it came time to play the full game and I bought it and played it at release, I was like, well, I already know what's happening because I've seen it from leaks and from trailers. Like this isn't fun anymore, and that's the downside of the internet, is like you don't have that suspense really. It's the same with most things.
Yeah, you really don't, unless you. And I've been having that problem with Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the new season. I follow so many Star Wars accounts. When they'll watch the episode right away and then post something on Instagram, I'm like, fuck, and I'll just have to keep scrolling.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoiler. Like
it's
they
really
do.
Difficult to avoid spoilers.
They do the multiple photo thing and put on the first 2 photos, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah, but still, like I was in a quiz earlier with my friends from Potsdam, and I was talking to them about like how I was using a Disney Plus free trial, which we'll talk about in a minute, to watch all of the Star Wars films, like in order. I was like, oh yeah, no, I haven't watched Rise of Skywalker yet, which comes out tomorrow onto Disney Plus. And like one of my friends didn't hear me properly. All they heard was me talking about Rise of Skywalker, and then they started talking about it. I had to shout down my mic. I was like, no, shut up, I haven't seen it yet. And like they released a spoiler, so they told me something which I didn't know. I now know it's a spoiler. So, but I could have guessed, because I've seen so many spoilers of it now that I have a rough idea of what happens. Mm-hmm. But it's still like, it's one of those things I was like, no, shut up, I haven't seen it yet.
And
it gets to me.
I full-heartedly am one for when you're in conversation with people, hey, so spoiler alert, especially if it's within 2 years old. If it's past 2 years old, sorry, dude, you're past you're past it. It's 2 years old. You should have watched it or played the game by now. If you didn't, that's your own fault.
Yeah, I mean,
know what I mean? It's old. It's old news.
Rise of Skywalker's what, less than a year old? Is it?
I believe so. Old? No, it's. I think it's less than a year. The Rise of Skywalker. Oh. It's 2019 film.
At any rate,
yeah,
it's 2019. Well, whilst you're looking at that, at any rate,
December 20th, 2019. So cool. 6 months. Yeah.
6 months. Disney Plus is actually, it is such a good streaming service. It's much like most of the others. However, it is exclusive to Disney products, which is an increasingly growing range of products. So that includes all of Star Wars, all of Marvel, all of the old Disney films. Actually, I watched the old. I haven't even seen the new one. The old Mary Poppins. With Dick Van Dyke, and I was like, oh my god, some parts of this are terrible. But you can get a free trial of Disney Plus for a week, and through that you can watch things like The Mandalorian, which I've just finished watching, which is incredible. That's got Pedro Pascal, who is in Game of Thrones, and Triple Frontier. You can also watch The Clone Wars, which Matt has been catching up on. It's got the final season, hasn't it?
Season 7 is literally the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life. It connects.
I still need to watch it.
So many timelines, and it just closes. It gives closure to Star Wars fans, and I love it. Go check it out.
I mean, and speaking of other things to do during lockdowns, obviously we have this podcast. We have our own YouTubes as well. Matt and I share a YouTube channel, Matt and Simon, which we do which is obviously this is being posted on. But for those listening on other mediums, we do co-op gameplays of puzzle games, horror games, anything we can get our hands on.
Anything that's co-op, yeah.
Anything that's co-op, basically. And we have individual YouTube channels as well. Matt, I know at the moment you're doing some Star Wars games, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing Star Wars, The Republic Commando, which was like a 2005 FPS. Love it. You're doing State of Mind, right?
I'm doing State of Mind, which is a cyberpunk dystopian. I really like the sort of dystopian things. Cyberpunk dystopian gameplay dealing with like robots and transhumanism and all that kind of stuff. But have you been listening or doing anything else during this lockdown?
No, not really. I I do homework. I record with you guys. I record with you. I edit.
That's fair enough.
Upload. I record my own stuff. So this lockdown has been very, very busy for me. And I'm sure it's keeping you busy, and I hope everybody at home
is keeping me busy. Yeah,
is keeping busy. But I think it's about time to wrap up. You did want to put a shout out to one of your friends, right? I'll let you talk about that.
Yes. Very quickly. So one of my friends, who's actually a school friend of mine, he and his brother are creating. It's a clothing brand called. It's called Yellow or Jello. I don't really know how to pronounce it. JELLOW. You can pronounce that how you choose. Jello apparel, yellow apparel. The link for it will be in the description, and it's a very basic clothing company. But what they're doing specifically during the coronavirus is creating shirts. Again, because it's a UK brand, about saving the NHS and helping the NHS. So there are a load of different designs, all with something to do with serving and protecting the NHS. And all the great stuff that they do for us currently. All the proceeds from that go to a charity, which the proceeds from that are there to help them, to get them more protection, more PPE, to get them more staffing, to get them more equipment, and just to help them in any way that they can. So if you can, please go and have a look. If you can donate, if you can help, please do. They've got some great. I've got a hoodie of theirs and a t-shirt of theirs, which are incredibly comfortable, and they look pretty damn good. So
we'll put the link.
That will be down in the description below. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, Simon. I'm definitely there to help out.
I'm pretty sure it's got international shipping. So
any help? If not, I'll have you buy it and you can ship it to me.
Yeah. But yeah, please go and check that out. Anything helps at the moment. And
definitely.
It's not just for the NHS, of course. It is for anything that anybody can do to help the health services around the world at the moment is incredibly important.
And I'd just like to say a shout out to all the healthcare workers. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. We know you guys are sacrificing your lives and every day with this coronavirus, and we just appreciate you, and we hope you stay safe.
Yeah, and we will do everything that we can to get you guys the help and support that you need in order to carry on and to beat this thing as soon as possible.
Oh, definitely. But everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out we are on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Please check us out. You all have a good day and a great week.
And stay safe. And we will see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
See ya.